Focus. So like anybody else who's been current on the goings-on of YouTube and their removal of the dislike counter, I've been racking my brain over the past few weeks to try to figure out why YouTube did this. And I think I've come up with my own explanation, my own rationale for this. Now, this is just my opinion, this is just editorializing, but after you hear what I have to say, it kind of makes sense. At least just another opinion to help you come up with your own opinion. So YouTube's official statement for removing the dislike counter was to create a safer space for content creators. Basically, YouTube said that they removed the dislike counter out of wokeness, for lack of a better word. And that is a lack of a better word, believe me. But still, just the same, YouTube said they removed the dislike counter to make creators feel safer. That's dishonest nonsense. It's just my opinion, but let me just explain this a little bit further. So recently, over the past few months, I've been noticing that more of the channels I follow, so a lot of tech YouTubers, Marques Brownlee, Austin Evans, Linus Tech Tips, and those guys have been doing a lot more car reviews. And I was wondering, why would tech people all of a sudden, really all of a sudden it seems like, be doing a lot more car reviews? And really, you could argue that this kind of started with MKBHD doing that out of the blue, out of nowhere review for Buick. That review caused so much flack, and you can see it in the comments section, and that's the only place you're going to see it now because they removed the dislike counter. Marques Brownlee's review of that Buick met so much backlash. But I don't blame Marques for doing the review. I think General Motors just came to him with an amount of money, a single check that he just could not refuse. And if you're sitting behind your monitor right now or your phone screen now thinking you would never take any amount of money to sell out and do a sponsored ad for a car company or any company, I'll just tell you that 99.9% of you are wrong and you would. That's just the reality of it. So again, I don't blame Marques for doing it. GM may have come to him and said, we'll give you $200,000, $500,000, $1 million, $2 million to do one video about a Buick. Come on. And he did the best that he could. He came at it from a tech angle. He said, I'm going to make this fit the context of my channel. And he did. Again, I don't blame Marques for that. But I think that was the tip of the iceberg, eventually leading to YouTube removing the dislike counter. And I'm just going to use car companies as an example here because I've already set that up with tech YouTube channels doing more and more car reviews. In brief, I think the automotive manufacturers weren't getting the response that they would have liked by paying for these sponsored videos on these big tech YouTube channels. So I think it was them and other big advertisers that had the meeting with YouTube to figure out how they could get more ROI, more return on investment for paying these big YouTubers to make these car reviews or any product. And long story short, I think the outcome of those meetings were that if viewers, the average viewer just stopping by YouTube to watch these videos could only see how many people liked it and couldn't see how many people disliked it, that would help the image of the product and increase the advertiser's ROI, return on investment. YouTube then said, there's no way we can pitch that to our audience. We have to figure out a way to remove the dislike counter because we want your money, but we have to do it in a way that might be palatable to culture in 2021, 2022. That's why I think YouTube went with the woke angle. Dishonestly. They used that angle as a scapegoat towards financial gain or potential financial gain. We'll remove the dislike counter and just say that we're trying to create a safer environment for our creators to feel free to express themselves. Nonsense! Content creators can still see in their analytics how many people dislike their videos. Let me repeat that. Content creators, who they're trying to keep safe under their guise, can still see how many people dislike their videos. It's not keeping them safer or making them feel more comfortable. So YouTube, why would you say this? Why would you use this as your guise to remove the dislike counter from public view? It only harms everybody involved. Everybody except for the big red rectangle. Of course, that what I just said not really being true because YouTube itself is now facing a huge backlash. YouTube is not creating a safer space for content creators. YouTube is creating a safer space for advertisers. Why can't YouTube just be honest about that? MKBHD has gone on record saying he disagrees with removing the dislike counter. Linus Tech Tips, Linus Sebastian obviously disagrees with it also. A lot of huge YouTubers disagree with affecting that ratio, that like to dislike ratio that viewers can easily see as to whether or not this video was worth their time or not. Again, removing that dislike counter does not make a safer environment for creators. It makes a safer environment for advertisers. Just be honest about that, YouTube. Please just be honest about that. No matter what, know that you, the viewer, are loved. You are worthy of love. You're worthy of giving and receiving love, and you are worthy of your own self-respect. You've stumbled upon my channel here. It's called Geek Therapy Radio. It's a podcast. It's in your favorite podcast player. That's the motto of the show. We're all geeks about something, and you are worthy of giving and receiving love, and you're worthy of your own self-respect. If you don't remember anything else from the video, that's what I want you to take away from this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.